Being poised and elegant goes far beyond just looking sophisticated. It is an inner state of being where calmness and composure radiate from within. Whereas grace, on the other hand, is an outward expression of the body where movements are fluid and effortless. Hello ladies, and welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. So with today's video, I wanted to share some tips with you that will help you to unlock your full potential in having inner elegance. Now, inner elegance is extremely important in becoming more elegant and graceful. And if you will incorporate some of the tips I share in this video on a daily basis, then you will quickly see a significant transformation in how others perceive you. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's video. Tip number 1, self-care and self-awareness. To unlock your inner elegance, start by embracing self-care and self-awareness. Taking the time to nurture your mind, body, and soul will naturally instill a sense of poise and grace. You can practice things like mindful breathing, meditation, and yoga, and these things will bring about a sense of calmness and peace. And one of the things that I enjoy about meditation is that it really helps me to get rid of all the thoughts and all the things that are going on the outside of the world. And it helps me to focus within and to bring myself to a sense of calmness and a state of peace. So having the awareness that you need to schedule in time to take care of yourself, or even just sit for an hour or two to be with yourself, to actually not have anything going on. And as women who are becoming more elegant and more graceful, we always need to remember that we cannot pour from an empty cup. So consistently replenishing your cup on a daily basis is a sense of self-care and self-awareness, especially in today's world where everybody feels overwhelmed. Tip number 2 is seek inspiration from the world around you. That is, if the world around you is very pleasant and peaceful. Some things that you can do is go for a walk in nature or go for a walk on the beach and just be inspired by the sounds of nature. Be inspired by the things that you see around you. And this is automatically going to bring a state of peace and calmness. And this is one of the things that I love to do on a daily basis, especially when it's early in the morning before the traffic has started and before all the things start going on. I like to go early in the morning and just take a walk in nature or even in my neighborhood. And it really does help me to look at things that are beautiful. Sometimes it could be as simple as looking at the crepe myrtles in my neighbor's yard and just looking at how beautiful the blooms are. And I have just a state of being grateful, a state of peace, a state of calmness. And again, this can just be as simple as taking a stroll in the park or a walk in your neighborhood. And when you do this, really listen to the sounds of nature and let these sounds ignite your inner peace. And remember, ladies, becoming elegant is not about perfection. It is about embracing your own unique qualities and allowing them to shine through in a positive way. And in doing this, remember to celebrate your strengths and always work on those things that you would like to improve. And if your improvement is in the area of how you come across to other people, then this is definitely something that you can practice on a daily basis. When you feel yourself getting upset one of the methods of deep breathing can help you hold back anger. It can help you come to a state of calmness so that you respond in a very poised and graceful manner. So remember, always celebrate the areas that you are strong in, but never forget that we all have areas that need improvement. Tip number 3 is to surround yourself with positive influences. Now, whether that means reading books or magazines, or even engaging in meaningful conversations with positive people, surround yourself with positive influences. Now, when you're talking about surrounding yourself with positive influences, you want to build a community of friends that can not only lift you up and speak positive about your life, but these are influences that's also going to hold you accountable for those things that you need improvement in. So building a group of friends that are positive and surrounding yourself with those friends on a daily basis is going to really help you to bring about a state of inner peace and inner calmness. Now, surrounding yourself with positive influence is a must in rebuilding your inner self. Now, we oftentimes overlook the importance of building a community of people around us that are not only supportive, people that can hold us accountable, and people that are going to cheer for us when we accomplish certain things that we've been working on in our lives. So having a positive community of friends around you is a healthy thing. Now, there is a quote that I will always remember, and it goes like this: "Tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are." So make good choices with the types and quality of your relationships. Now, tip number 4 is to be confident in yourself and what you can achieve. Now, I wanted to break this step down into 4 simple parts. So tip number 1 under being confident in yourself is to embrace self-awareness. Now, we talked about that in tip number 1. However, it is extremely important to be aware of what you are able to accomplish and what you are not. Now, nobody is perfect, and that is okay. But the first thing that we have to remember is that we need to embrace self-awareness. Now, one of the things I want to talk about having self-awareness is, are you aware how you come across to other people? Are you aware with sort of the signals that you may be giving them with your facial expressions? Or if you're a person that likes to constantly look at the phone while somebody is talking to you, having self-awareness that these things are not only rude, but they also make the other person feel unheard and unvalued. So the first step in being confident is to be aware as to who you are and how you are being perceived. Now, tip number 2 under self-confidence is to challenge your negative thoughts. Now, one of the ways to do this is to replace self-doubt with positive affirmation. And this is something that I really love to do on a daily basis. And I love to actually journal. I love writing things down in a positive manner. And I just really love to journal. I love making vision boards and to really just make a picture of what I would like to achieve. So even though you have self-doubt that you cannot achieve anything or something that you're wanting to achieve, replace the negative thoughts with those things that you can achieve. And remember, you can achieve all things through Christ who strengthens you. Now, tip number 3 under confidence is to set realistic goals. Now, break down on a piece of paper the larger goals from the smaller goals. And by this, I mean, if one of your bigger goals is to get out of debt, or maybe it is to pay off your car, pay off your student loan, or even paying off your house, set a bigger goal and then start with the smallest goal and achieve that. And each time you achieve one of these things that are on your list, celebrate in some kind of way. If it's paying off your car, and once you receive the title, go in the backyard and really just have a celebration. Maybe you could just pour yourself a glass of wine, or if you don't drink wine, you could pour yourself a cup of coffee or something and just celebrate that you have made the last payment on that vehicle and that you now hold the title. Now, when it comes to achieving the bigger goals, sometimes you might fail, and even sometimes you might get delayed. However, do not give up. Accept the failure. Jump right back into the goal. Learn from what you failed on and move forward. Now, step number 4 under confidence, and I've talked about this in some of my previous videos, which is maintaining an upright posture. So when you want to project yourself as being a person who is confident in what she is about to say or about to deliver, you do not want to stand with your shoulders slumped over or even your head down. You want to always stand with an upright posture, your shoulders back, pressed down, and you want to look the person or the people, if it's a job interview, in the eye with confidence, and you want to let them know that I am here for this job and I can do it. So this is the way you want to present yourself. You do not want to present yourself in a manner that they feel you don't have any confidence. So holding yourself upright and walking upright is always going to give you a more confident and graceful composure. Now, my last tip is tip number 5, which is to refine your communication skills. Now, this is probably the most important tip out of all the other tips that I've shared in this video, because knowing how to deliver something is the utmost important. When it comes to communicating elegantly, it is essential to cultivate a calm and composed demeanor. Always take a moment to gather your thoughts before speaking instead of just spitting out everything that comes to mind. And remember, Proverbs 12:6 says that our words have the power to build up and the power to destroy. So we always want to take a moment before we are to approach someone, especially when it is about a disagreement. We want to take a moment to gather our thoughts, to be calm in the conversation. We want to make sure that we're going to come across to the other person as a person who wants peace between the two people, who wants to repair the relationship. And this is extremely important in unlocking your inner elegance. So remember to choose your words wisely and also use clear and concise language so that the other person can understand what you are trying to get across to them. We never want to use bad language, profanity, to try to explain how we feel. We want to make sure that we are coming across as a person who is not only educated, but as a person who is poised and graceful. Now, let's talk about some ways that you can communicate effectively. The first thing that comes to mind for me is to maintain eye contact. When you maintain eye contact with another person, it tells the person that you are not only involved in the conversation, but that you are interested in what they have to say. It makes that other person feel connected, it makes them feel listened to, and it makes them feel heard. So the first step into effective conversation is to maintain eye contact and never be looking at your phone or looking across the room when someone is talking to you. These are ways that show the other person that you have lost interest. And so as an elegant woman, we never want to do that, no matter how boring a person is. We want to make sure that we are coming across in a way that feels nurturing, positive, and uplifting. Now, the second thing in effective communication is listening. Now, I read something a few years ago about listening. We should listen 80% of the time in a conversation and only speak 20%. So listening is way more important than speaking. Have you ladies ever been around anyone that you just had to break their pattern because you couldn't get a sentence in? I have been around a number of people that communicate in that way, and it really is so ineffective. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I just wish this person would stop talking. So we want to make sure that we are listening 80% of the time and only speaking 20% of the time. And one thing that I'll share with you ladies that I learned in my therapy sessions over the years is when someone has said something to you, an effective manner of communication is to repeat what that person just said. And that looks like this. So what I hear you're saying is you would like for me to pick up red roses and not white roses. So you want to repeat what that person has said to you, and this can lead to effective communication, and also it can help you not make a mistake and go to the store and pick up something that they didn't ask for. So listening is way more important than speaking. And also, ladies, try to avoid interruptions and interjections when another person is speaking. Wait for the appropriate moment to contribute to the conversation. And this is going to tell the other person that you are poised and graceful. And finally, make sure that your tone matches the elegance of your words. Now, I don't know if you ladies have been around anyone that is just always loud, no matter what they're saying, but to me, this is not elegant. It is not a sign of grace. It is not a sign of refinement. We should always make sure that our tone matches the elegance of our words, and this says a lot to the other person. Say, for example, someone is really upset because they thought they were going to get a promotion that they didn't get. So if they come to you with advice, you also want to be a person that helps them to get into a state of calmness. So by matching your tone with your words, it can portray to the other person that you are trying to help them to come to a state of calmness. So make sure that you are matching the elegance of your words with your tone. Now, I know communication is probably one of the most difficult things that we can learn to do. And communication is in every relationship that we have in the world, whether it's your most intimate relationship, like a marriage, whether it's a friendship, a family, whether you're communicating at work or something like that. Communication is the key to building successful relationships. Now, it will take patience and practice. However, if you practice proper communication, your communication will become more memorable and meaningful. Okay, ladies, so that is all I have to share in today's video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I also hope that the tips I shared in this video were helpful to you. And if they were, please feel free to share this video with anyone you feel might benefit from these tips that I shared in today's video. And as usual, if you are just landing on my channel for the very first time, my name is Teresa, and this channel is all about leveling up and becoming more elegant and more graceful. And if you are interested in that, and also some style videos, some travel vlogs, and just a whole lot of lifestyle videos, then go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and also turn on your notification bell so that you get notified every time one of my videos go live. Thanks for watching, ladies, and I'll see you in the next one.